Wild boar. The wild boar is the original wild ancestor of most domestic pigs and is found across Europe, Asia, and parts of North Africa, with introduced populations in the Americas and Australia. It has a thick, muscular body, coarse, bristly hair, and sharp tusks that continue to grow throughout its life. These animals are extremely intelligent and adaptable, able to survive in forests, farmlands, and even near cities. They use their snouts like powerful tools, digging through soil for roots, insects, and small animals, almost like natural excavators, constantly reshaping the ground. One peculiar trait is their social structure, where females and young live in groups called sounders, while adult males are often solitary. An interesting and lesser-known fact is that wild boars can run at speeds up to 40 kilometers per hour and are surprisingly strong swimmers, capable of crossing rivers and even small coastal distances to reach new areas. Feral pig. Feral pigs are domestic pigs that have escaped or been released into the wild and have adapted back to a survival-based lifestyle. Over generations, they develop longer snouts, thicker skin, and more aggressive behavior, often becoming nearly indistinguishable from true wild boars. They are found worldwide and are considered one of the most invasive animal species. Their ability to eat almost anything and reproduce quickly makes them extremely difficult to control. A peculiar feature of feral pigs is their rapid physical transformation, where even a single generation in the wild can begin to show visible changes. They behave like a reversal of domestication, turning from farm animals into highly resilient survivors. And lesser-known fact is that feral pigs can form complex social hierarchies and communicate using a wide range of vocal sounds, some of which are still being studied. Warthog. The warthog is native to the savannas and grasslands of Africa and is easily recognized by the large wart-like growths on its face and its curved tusks. These warts are actually protective pads that help shield the face during fights. Warthogs are unusual among pigs because they often kneel on their front legs while feeding, using their tough snouts to dig for roots and bulbs. They rely heavily on speed to escape predators and can run with their tails held straight up like a flag, which may help others follow them through tall grass. One peculiar behavior is their use of burrows for shelter, often entering them backwards so they can defend the entrance with their tusks if needed. An lesser-known fact is that warthogs can survive in very dry environments by going long periods without direct water, relying on the moisture in the food they eat. Bush pig. The bush pig is a secretive wild pig found in dense forests and thick vegetation across sub-Saharan Africa. It has a reddish-brown coat, a stocky build, and sharp tusks that it uses for defense. Bush pigs are mostly nocturnal, coming out at night to feed on fruits, roots, insects, and occasionally small animals. They are known for being highly cautious and rarely seen, making them one of the more mysterious pig species. A peculiar trait is their vocal communication, which includes grunts, squeals, and even loud screams used to warn others of danger. They move quietly through dense undergrowth, almost like shadows in the forest. An lesser-known fact is that bush pigs are strong enough to fend off predators like leopards in some cases, using their tusks and aggressive behavior to defend themselves. Red River hog. The red river hog is one of the most visually striking wild pigs, with bright reddish fur, white facial markings, and long tufted ears. It lives in the forests and wetlands of West and Central Africa and is highly social, often forming groups that move and feed together. These pigs are very vocal, using a range of sounds to communicate within the group. A peculiar feature is the white stripe along their back and the contrasting facial patterns, which make them stand out more than most pig species. Despite their colorful appearance, they are well adapted to forest life and can move quickly through dense vegetation. A lesser-known fact is that red river hogs have been observed using coordinated group behavior to defend against predators, making them more organized than many other pig species. Giant forest hog. The giant forest hog is the largest wild pig species and lives in the dense forests of Central and East Africa. It has a massive body, dark coloration, and large facial structures that give it a rugged, almost prehistoric appearance. Unlike many pigs that rely on speed, the giant forest hog depends more on its size and strength for protection. It feeds mainly on grasses and vegetation, often grazing in forest clearings. A peculiar trait is its relatively calm and less aggressive nature compared to its intimidating size, although it can become dangerous when threatened. It moves with a steady, confident presence, more like a heavy-made animal than a quick runner. A lesser-known fact is that giant forest hogs have scent glands on their faces, which they use to mark territory by rubbing against trees. Babirusa. The Babirusa is a unique wild pig found in Indonesia, especially on the island of Sulawesi. It is famous for its unusual tusks, which grow upward through the snout and curve back toward the head. In some cases, these tusks can continue growing and even pierce the skull if not worn down. Its body is relatively hairless compared to other pigs, giving it a smoother and more unusual appearance. A peculiar trait is its feeding behavior, as it often stands on its hind legs to reach higher vegetation, something rarely seen in pigs. It feels almost like a completely redesigned version of a wild pig. A lesser-known fact is that Babirusas have relatively weak jaw strength compared to other pigs, which influences their diet towards softer foods like fruits and leaves. Bearded pig. The bearded pig is found in Southeast Asia, including Borneo and nearby regions, and is known for the long hair around its face that resembles a beard. These pigs are notable for their long-distance migrations, sometimes traveling hundreds of kilometers in search of seasonal food like fallen fruit. They move in large groups during these migrations, creating a powerful visual of a flowing herd moving through the forest. A peculiar trait is their ability to adapt their movement patterns based on food availability, almost like natural planners following resource cycles. Compared to other pigs, they feel more like travelers than settlers. A lesser-known fact is that these migration events are so significant that local ecosystems and even human communities have historically adapted to their seasonal movements. Visayan warty pig. The Visayan warty pig is a critically endangered species found only in the Philippines. It has distinctive facial warts and a unique crest of hair along its back, which becomes more pronounced in males, especially during the breeding season. These pigs live in forested areas and play an important role in seed dispersal by spreading the seeds of the fruits they eat. A peculiar feature is their seasonal change in appearance, where males develop a dramatic mane-like crest that makes them look much larger. They are highly social and often move in small family groups. A lesser-known fact is that Visayan warty pigs have been observed using specific resting sites repeatedly, suggesting a level of spatial memory and routine behavior. Javan warty pig. The Javan warty pig is native to the island of Java in Indonesia and has a strong muscular build with noticeable facial warts, especially in males. It lives in forests as well as agricultural areas, often coming into conflict with humans due to crop feeding. These pigs are adaptable, but are facing pressure from habitat loss and hunting. A peculiar trait is their ability to thrive in both natural and human-modified environments, showing a balance between wild instincts and adaptability. They behave like opportunistic feeders, taking advantage of whatever food sources are available. A lesser-known fact is that Javan warty pigs can adjust their activity patterns, becoming more nocturnal in areas with high human presence.
Sulawesi warty pig. The Sulawesi warty pig is found on the island of Sulawesi and has a distinctive appearance with dark fur and prominent facial features. It is known for its social behavior, often living in groups and communicating through vocal sounds. These pigs are an important part of their ecosystem, helping to turn over soil and spread plant material. A peculiar trait is their role in local culture and even prehistoric art, where their images have been found in ancient cave paintings. They feel like both a biological and cultural symbol of the region. A lesser-known fact is that some of the oldest known animal art in the world depicts pigs very similar to this species, linking them directly to early human expression. Pygmy hog. The pygmy hog is the smallest wild pig species in the world and is found in the grasslands of India. It has a compact body and a very secretive lifestyle, making it extremely difficult to observe in the wild. These pigs depend heavily on tall grass habitats, where they build nests from vegetation to rest and hide. A peculiar trait is their nest-building behavior, which is quite advanced compared to other pigs and helps them stay protected from predators and weather. They move quietly and avoid open areas, relying on concealment rather than confrontation. A lesser-known fact is that pygmy hogs are so specialized to their habitat that even small changes in grassland structure can significantly affect their survival, making conservation efforts very precise and challenging.
If you made it this far, you already know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next.